This arena has every opportunity to visually define our city for many decades to come.
Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt unveils the plans for the new $1 billion Thunder Arena in downtown OKC. I'm Robin Marsh. We show you the plans that include a Thunder Alley fan zone. It's coming up.
And Oklahoma City police released new footage of a chase that shut down the turnpike over the weekend. The suspect took off 2 different times. I'm Colby Thelen. We're going to show you the video at 6:30.
And I'm Megan Gold, tracking some showers and storms on the radar this morning with a chance for a few strong storms later this afternoon and evening. We'll talk about your forecast. It's straight ahead.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Well, 6 a.m. on our Thursday morning. Good morning, OKC. Lots of excitement going on around the city, talking about the new renderings of the Thunder Arena. Our crews are already out watching things across the roadways this morning.
Yeah, so far things pretty quiet on the roadways, which is the way we like it on a Thursday morning. And it's going to be a hot one, and I'm sure the commute's going to pick up. So we're going to have a check of traffic here as well coming up in just a little bit.
Megan Gold watching the morning weather for us. How are we faring right now? Where are we this morning, Megan?
Hey guys, well yesterday, oh my gosh, big time heat and humidity. We felt like 101 here in OKC, felt like 106 in Kingfisher, down to Chickasha, many spots. Paul's Valley, another one of those spots, just big time muggy factor to contend with. High temperatures were in the low to mid 90s with a few upper 90s. And now this morning, the big deal is the chance for a few showers and storms. Highest chances across northern Oklahoma up into southern Kansas and then back into western, southwestern and northwestern Oklahoma. A slight chance here in the metro. Let me zoom you in, show you a few of our kind of zoomed in views here from Bremen to Renfro, Medford down to Cherokee over to Alva. A few thunderstorms going up along the boundary that is draped in the north and west. We've had a few showers back into western Oklahoma that have kind of rained themselves out and fizzled out from Cheyenne to Hammond up to Camargo and Leedy, and then back down to the south and west. A few more thunderstorms have built in from Blair up to the Willow area, Eric, and to Sayre. So widely scattered this morning. Not everybody sees one, and we are dry here in Oklahoma City. You're waking up to a warm and a muggy 73 degrees, a dew point of 72. Winds are light this morning, and they will be light through the day today, and that'll really make it feel stuffier. Temperatures have fallen into the 60s in the panhandle behind the front. Some of that rain-cooled air, winds 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south, and then back behind the front, of course, a north wind. Highest chances for rain, a few storms in northern Oklahoma this morning, back to the west, but a chance for a few more storms into the afternoon and evening. Some could be strong to severe. We'll talk about the latest timings coming up.
I really think it will be one of the most beautiful arenas of its kind.
Mayor David Holt releasing the preliminary designs for the new $1 billion Thunder Arena, all unveiled during the mayor's State of the City address yesterday.
You know how excited he was to finally get this out there. The mayor says this new Thunder Arena will not only be a home fit for our champions, but it will be a global landmark for OKC. News 9's Kylie Dedman gives us an inside look. We've been waiting for these renderings, and boy, they didn't disappoint.
Oh, they did not. Now, Mayor David Holt, he also said yesterday he actually cried the first 25 times that he saw that reveal video. I think everybody cried a little bit too. It is beautiful, it is modern, it's futuristic, and it's one of a kind for our champions.
We did it, OKC. We did it.
Yes, we did. Now, the design created by Manica Architecture features a sleek, modern structure with a glass-lined concourse offering panoramic views of downtown. The west-facing entrance will connect directly to the Botanical Gardens and include a vibrant street-level fan zone dubbed Thunder Alley. And it's not just the outside that's getting a different look. When you walk into the arena and take your seat, fans will be even closer to the action.
There's definitely a very intentional effort to bring the fans closer.
Loud City is about to be getting a whole lot louder since those seats will be about 20 feet closer. It will increase the density and increase the volume. Can y'all just imagine how loud those OKC chants are going to be? We're going to be hearing the OKC chants during the 10 o'clock newscast here on News 9 when that happens. Now, David Manica, the owner of Manica Architecture, he said that he was influenced by coming to Thunder games and experiencing those Thunder games for himself that made him think of the idea and the plans for the new building. Reporting live this morning, Kylie Dudman, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
And behind her, what's coming down so we can make way for this billion-dollar arena. The arena's final design has to be approved by the city council. It's almost like a wink-wink, right? I mean, at this point, we know they're going to approve it. Our Carl Torp sat down with the mastermind behind the billion-dollar design. You can learn more about the vision he hopes to bring to life. It's coming up at 6:45 this morning.
And right now, let's take a live look at the Paycom Center. Right now, the Thunder organization does have the exclusive rights to redevelop that property. They have the right of first refusal when the arena is built. It could face some competition, though. Paycom has already expressed interest in purchasing that land. Our Matt McCabe explains.
The same week, Paycom and the Thunder announced it will part ways after the new arena opens. A city spokesperson confirms Paycom is trying to mount a bid against the Thunder to purchase the Paycom Center. A big week for Oklahoma City, and its NBA franchise is captured in the spectacle of new renderings of its nearly billion-dollar arena set to open in the summer of 2028. But many folks want to know what will happen to the city's current arena, the Paycom Center. Rendering video from the new arena architect doesn't show a Paycom Center. Instead, it shows faded holographic buildings which appear to depict a mixed-use development. Last month, Oklahoma City Council approved a preferential rights agreement for the Thunder to purchase and develop that site. But this week, a city spokesperson confirms a report first shared by the Oklahoman saying Paycom's CEO has also asked to be considered. That news comes days after the naming rights sponsor and the team announced they would part ways after the new arena opens. There's no confirmation if the two actions are connected, but Paycom in a statement says, quote, "We believe it is advantageous to explore serious inquiries that could drive the city's progress. Paycom is eager to be considered for this project should the opportunity present itself." The Thunder would have the chance to match any offer Paycom or other developers try to make, and in the meantime, they will now seek out a new naming rights sponsor. We've requested copies of the messages Paycom's CEO sent to city leadership, but we have not yet received those emails. Reporting in Oklahoma City, Matt McCabe, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
And if the Thunder exercises its preferential rights, the group would have up to 5 years after the new arena opens to redevelop that old spot.
Boy, things are changing. All right. But the morning drive is looking A-OK this morning. Taking a live look outside across the metro. We have our crews out on the metro streets. At this point, the good news, no wrecks. Broadway extension's looking great. Lake Hefner Parkway is doing well. I-40, if you're coming from the south side, I-44 doing well. We are continuing to watch the morning drive. Buckle up and drive safely. The state of Oklahoma brings in $16 billion in 2024. It's the most revenue the state has ever seen. State lawmakers say the Thunder is partly responsible for the boost in revenue. There was a $17 million bump just this year from May to June as thousands traveled to OKC as we had all the playoff runs and the finals and the championship and the big parade.
Yes, it's great for Oklahoma City, but it's also great for the state of Oklahoma. People are very proud of the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're our team.
The state treasurer said this is a strong sign of economic resilience and fiscal momentum.
Mayor Holt's State of the City address. He also mentioned a $2.7 billion bond that Oklahoma City residents will vote on in October of this year. The general obligation bond will appear on the special election ballot in October. It's the largest investment in city streets in history. There are 11 separate propositions on infrastructure projects and public safety. The city says it won't raise property taxes. Instead, it would be a continuation. We have a complete breakdown over at news9.com.
6:10 on our Thursday morning. Boy, we're trying to get to Friday, aren't we?
Yeah, we certainly always. Isn't that always the case? Let's find out from the Bob
We're
News
always
Weather Center.
thinking about the weekend, aren't we, Megan?
Always. I love it. We are crawling to the finish line. Hope everybody's Thursday is off to a great start. Tracking a few storms on the radar this morning, off into the southwest, the west, and the north. We're dry here in Oklahoma City, but we'll have a slight chance for a few showers and storms as we go through the day. Our temperatures top out at 93 degrees. We were 92 degrees yesterday. Hot and muggy, feeling like the triple digits. We'll talk about rain and storm chances for the metro. The chance for a few strong to severe storms later today. It's all coming up.
Well, what happened to a suspect in a standoff? Oklahoma City police were there for hours, but it ended this morning with the suspect nowhere to be found. What police are telling News 9 is coming up.
Plus, President Trump says he's discussed firing Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, and the man accused of murdering an American Idol producer was allegedly spotted days before. Your top national stories next. All right, out the door this morning, already a little bit sticky out there.
Tropical.
It's tropical. How many times have we used that this week? We're like,
Wait
it's about
till
the
next
same,
week.
like it's gonna be worse?
Well, it's just, day by day,
Yeah.
It's hot, it's
As we
muggy.
We'll hit
Closer to the
triple
dog
digits
days.
eventually. I mean, it's coming.
Maybe. Yeah, some of the data says we get that hot. Because we're so green, that'll keep us more than likely in the upper 90s. But as we always say, it's the heat index.
All summer
right?
long, don't you think we'll get there sometime, right? Triple digits?
I think it's possible.
You know what?
Absolutely.
When school starts
Don't
to
quote
come
me
up,
on it.
those kids are going to be like,
Oh my
what
gosh.
the heck happened, Mom?
So the ridge does take over here into the weekend and into next week. And then around the 24th, 25th, it's like the ridge starts to break down some. We'll start to introduce a few more chances for rain and storms. And then the extended forecast, we will have kind of on and off rain and storm chances. They don't totally go away, but at least in the foreseeable future, the big heat will roar on back as it always does. The ridge will make a comeback and we may track a few triple digits, but because of how green we are and how much rain we have, it will be difficult to get that hot. Regardless, because we're so green, we're going to feel like the triple digits, 105 to 110 as we get towards those bigger heat days. Here's the front that has been coming in from the north. It is draped across northwestern Oklahoma this morning. Rain and storms went up east of the Rockies during the overnight or kind of the evening overnight hours. They were strong, they were severe, they gradually weakened, and now we are left with leftover showers and storms and a few more storms that have developed along that boundary in the north. This is where the widespread rain and storms are this morning, from Alva to Cherokee, over to Renfro to Medford, up into portions of southern Kansas where the more widespread storms are this morning. Back to the west, a few showers. Camargo, you had a shower that has rained itself out. Down to Hammond, not much left of that either. And then back down to the south, a few additional thunderstorms in the south and west. None of this is severe. A few heavy downpours south of Sayre along 283, back down to the south, Blair to Martha, down to Olustee, and we are dry here in the metro right now. Here's the live look right now from our Lucky Star Skycam network off to the north and to the east. 73 degrees. Notice the clouds there. That is looking off to the storms in the north. Temperatures are so very warm. We've got mid to upper 70s, some 60s in the Panhandle from some of that rain-cooled air behind the front, with a north wind that is rushing in with some outflow winds, 20 to 25 miles per hour from the storms to the north. A south wind. We are so very muggy as well. So no change there out the door, but we will track a few showers and storms through the morning, highest chances in the north and west. And then into the afternoon and evening, this is when we could see a few strong to severe storms that come in out of the Texas Panhandle and that develop along the Oklahoma-Texas state line, moving into western Oklahoma. And these would ride along I-40 and then up to the north and to the east. They should weaken, but they could produce a little wind and some hail and some heavy rain. So if you do have outdoor plans, just make sure you're dialed in. Tonight, an additional complex of storms develops in the Panhandle. That should weaken as it rolls south and east, but we can't rule out a few showers and storms out the door tomorrow morning. Hit or miss, very isolated, a 20% chance. And by the afternoon, we are hot and muggy. So it's a 70% chance in far northern Oklahoma, 80% chance, 40% back into western Oklahoma, a very slight chance here in Oklahoma City. 93 is our high this afternoon, upper 90s in the southwest. Now behind the boundary, for those of you in northern Oklahoma, you're in the 80s, and some data says you stay in the low to mid 80s today with the rain and storms around. So we'll have to see. I think mid 80s more than likely a sure bet. Our winds are lighter today, and we really, as always, need that movement of the air to help make it feel just less stuffy. We won't have as much of that today as we had yesterday. A 40% chance in western Oklahoma this afternoon and evening. A 30% chance here in Oklahoma City. And again, any of those storms could produce some wind and some hail. Tonight, we fall back into the 70s, another warm and a humid start to the day with a 20% chance for a few showers and storms. Tomorrow is going to be the warmest day we have had since May 14th here in Oklahoma City, with several spots in the triple digits. The ridge of high pressure, it takes over into the weekend, and we track our first upper 90s of the entire season with sunshine. Hopefully you've got plans to be by the pool, by the lake, because you will absolutely need something to cool you off. It will be hot, guys. Back over to you.
Megan, thank you. Oklahoma City police say a standoff ends after officers are unable to locate the suspect. I want to show you the scene around 1:15 this morning. This is near Northwest 10th and Portland. Officers say they were called to the home around 5:30 last night for gunshots in the area. Police say that the suspect ran inside when officers arrived. You can hear him on the loudspeakers calling to him. He possibly, they say, escaped out of the back of the house.
Well, fighting for freedom, new court filings in the case of former Oklahoma death row inmate Richard Glossop reveal his attorney is now asking the judge to enforce a plea deal that was made with the Oklahoma Attorney General 2 years ago. Emails exchanged between Glossop's attorney and the Attorney General are dated back from 2023 of April. Glossop agreed to plead guilty to one count of the charge of accessory after the fact. The state agreed he would get credit for time served, making him eligible for an immediate release. He was convicted in the death of an Oklahoma City businessman. The AG's office says negotiations more recently have proven fruitless. We'll continue watching this. A hearing for the new motion will be Monday morning. A former Metro pediatrician, Neha Gupta, is now accused of murdering her 4-year-old little girl. She has left Edmond, Oklahoma, and is now in Florida facing the charges. Investigators believe the Oklahoma doctor smothered her little girl, killing her and then staging an accidental drowning at a Florida Airbnb where they were staying. We are following the case.
6:19 your time right now. Time for your top national stories. President Donald Trump says that he's discussing firing Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell with Republican lawmakers. He did so earlier this week, but says that he is not planning to dismiss him. The president, of course, has been critical of Powell for the $2.5 billion renovation at the Federal Reserve and for not lowering interest rates. Federal law says the Fed chair can only be removed for cause.
In California, police released new images. Here it is of the man suspected of killing American Idol producer Robin Kay and her husband. Investigators say that suspect, 22-year-old, the man was seen by neighbors jumping the couple's estate, the fence there, weeks before the killing. Court records say the man had been jailed the year prior on a battery charge.
The Justice Department has fired Maureen Comey, who worked on the cases against Sean Diddy Combs and Jeffrey Epstein. The DOJ did not provide a specific reason for her firing. Comey was a veteran lawyer, long considered one of the most elite of the Justice Department's prosecution offices. All right, time right now for a check of traffic. Taking a live look across the metro this morning out on our roadways. So far, things moving along smoothly. No major incidents that are going to slow you down this morning besides normal traffic congestion. But we're going to be checking in with our news trackers as well throughout the day to see how things are shaping up. We'll have more traffic coming up.
All right. And from Atlanta, the Sooners take the stage for the SEC Media Day. There he is, the big man on campus, the quarterback, John Mateer. He's talking with Toby Rowland. How the Sooners will be faring. It's coming up.
Welcome back. Yesterday, the Oklahoma Sooners were front and center for SEC Media Day.
Boy, it's been a great time for our Toby Rowland and Chris Williams. They've been in Atlanta keeping us up to date, and they caught up with OU's new quarterback, John Mateer.
Has it sunk in yet that you're going to take the field as a starting quarterback at Oklahoma this fall?
Probably not. I'd say I've put in the work like it has, and I've done everything I can. Like I've taken a step up from last year, the amount of time I'm in the building, and doing work on my own time. Definitely taking a step up, but I don't think I can ever replicate or put in my mind what it's going to feel like to go out there week 1.
Oh, it's going to be electrifying. The Sooners front and center. Coach Venables talking as well, some of the other players. And OU sounds ready to go. And Mateer may be one of the pre-favorites for the Heisman.
Yeah, certainly a lot of high hopes,
Yeah.
no doubt. Well, right now they're about to start camp, and we mean heat with that camp. Let's get over to Megan in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Yeah, not a great time for those 2-a-day practices, Megan.
Oh my gosh, those poor guys. They are tough, that's for sure. Hey, out the door this morning, we're dry here in the metro. You can see some of the clouds from storms off to the north and to the west. And through the day today, we will track a few storms that will try to move into the metro into the afternoon and evening. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Ashley, put both hands out of the window. Do it now.
Well, coming up, Oklahoma City Police released new body cam video of a chase that shut down the turnpike. The video after the break.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9 this morning.
Good morning, Oklahoma. Taking a live look right now at I-44, Cowboy Cam on the Lucky Star Skycam network. Things moving along smoothly as folks headed to and from I-35. And that's a nice start to the day, too. Sun's about to come up, and it's going to be doing some work. It's gonna be
Morning
warm.
glories out there. Love those shots in the morning from our city cams. Megan's eyeing things. Boy, if you're running, get out, do your walk, your exercise real early today, Megan.
Totally. Do the things early. Heat index values, they're back up in the triple digits today. Now, we do have a boundary that is going to stall in northern Oklahoma, and those of you in far northern Oklahoma are in the 80s today. Here is the live look across the metro right now from our OCCC camera, our Regency camera. Notice we do have some gorgeous clouds out the door, especially those of you in northern Oklahoma, western Oklahoma. You have more clouds than the rest of us. Check out our heat index values yesterday. Oh my gosh, 105 to 106 in spots. Pauls Valley, you felt like 106. Over to Lahoma, to Enid, 105, 104 in Alva, and 106 in Chickasha. 101 was our max heat index here in Oklahoma City. We are 73 degrees right now, and we do have a dew point of 72. So we do have that muggy factor again. That will be the norm here on your 9-day forecast. Here's the front as it has been slowly sliding to the south and to the east. Storms went up in the East Rockies during the evening and the overnight hours, and they have been slowly, an emphasis on slowly, sliding south and east, falling apart. They were severe, no longer severe at this time. Just some leftover rains in the northwest, a few showers and storms in the southwest, and the bulk of the widespread rain and storms are across northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas this morning. From Cherokee up to Byron, over to Renfro, to Lamont, to Blackwell, to Bremen, a few scattered showers and storms. We've had a few showers in the west. Those are essentially gone at this point, and a lightning strike or two in the southwest. And that is about it. Rain chances are highest this morning, but we'll track a few showers and storms into the afternoon. Some of those could pose a severe risk. We'll talk about the timing, the threats. It's coming up.
Megan, thanks so much. Other headlines right now. A Tulsa couple are in jail. Police say they were running a fake dental practice out of their apartment. The Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics says they learned about this dental practice after a former patient filed the complaint. OBN says the couple is unlicensed and likely they were giving out medication from outside the country.
Chances are if they are giving you medication, it's illegal medication. And who knows where it came from, what's in it, came from out of country.
Yeah, OBN says charges are coming, but the formal investigation is still underway.
An Oklahoma man accused of killing a woman in a drunk driving crash last year will stand trial for her death. Devontae Spradling was arrested in April of 2024 after he collided head-on with 35-year-old Tiandra Washington, killing her. Spradling is facing second-degree murder and DUI charges. He's due back in court September 17th.
Oklahoma City Police released new video of a chase from over the weekend. Officers say it actually shut down a portion of the turnpike, near MacArthur, as they performed not one but two tactical maneuvers trying to get that suspect to slow down. Watch this.
TVI. Successful.
Oh yeah, that was one of them.
I go hands on. Do it now.
They're telling the woman, Ashley, get your hands out of the window so we can see you. This is kind of a mess. Look here. She's saying she's going to get out of the car. There's the arrest. Oklahoma City police have not said why they were pulling the suspect over. Her name has not been released, but we are asking more questions about this incident.
Today, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol will hold a press conference to discuss changes being made to its patrolling area. Earlier this month, OHP announced it would be reallocating resources away from the Oklahoma City and Tulsa metro areas, focusing on rural areas. Public Safety Commissioner Tim Tipton will be there to discuss the reason behind the plan, as well as how it would be implemented. That conference begins at noon. You can watch it live right here and on news9.com.
Let's see how we're doing on the roads. A traffic report for you, 6:35 on our Thursday morning. Taking a look across the metro. No wrecks to report. Don't forget, authorities are telling us they are out patrolling I-40 from the Yukon area, 11 miles into the metro to Shields Boulevard. So a heads up, they caught one speeding driver there going over 115 miles an hour yesterday.
In a 60-mile-an-hour zone.
Yeah, so a heads up, they are patrolling. 10 Oklahomans are on the ground in New Mexico as the state battles wildfires and flooding. They're part of the incident management team from Oklahoma helping coordinate emergency response. The multi-agency team arrived Monday. They say the conditions in New Mexico have been worsening. In fact, they say the water levels rose 5 feet in 20 minutes during one storm, and they had to rescue a trapped driver of a truck.
Maybe 10 minutes worth of rain, and we're expecting 3 days worth of rain, so the impact's going to be more.
In fact, the team from Oklahoma will be in New Mexico for at least another week.
Now to the nation's capital, where U.S. lawmakers face a Friday deadline to pass legislation making some of those DOGE cuts permanent. The rescissions package, as it's called, the spending cuts package, would claw back nearly $9 billion in foreign aid and more than $1 billion in funding for public broadcasting. Our Washington Bureau Chief Alex Cameron spoke with U.S. Senator James Lankford on why he supports those cuts.
The simplest way to look at it is they're not cutting off all foreign aid. This is a small portion of foreign aid, and they're trying to be able to trim off some of the programs, saying some of these particular programs, we want to make sure that it's going to humanitarian aid or what's called soft power diplomacy, but we don't want to spend it on some of the programs that's been spent on the past.
A final vote in the Senate for the bill could happen late tonight. It would have to go back to the House for another vote there.
Well, Jenna Nelson, a former Oklahoma Teacher of the Year, is expected to be making a campaign announcement in Oklahoma City this weekend. Now, Nelson is a Democrat. She actually ran for state superintendent back in 2022 and lost against Ryan Walter. So we're wondering, would she make a repeat run for state superintendent? She hasn't said what the office will be, but an announcement coming this Saturday at 10 a.m. We'll be there watching. Oklahoma City Public Schools hosting a support staff career fair today. It's from 2 to 5 at the Oklahoma City Public School Operations Center. The district says they're hiring like bus drivers, even nutrition staff. Interviews are on site, so bring your resume.
6:37 your time right now. I want to check in the Bob Mills Weather Center, see how we're shaping up here on a Thursday morning. Megan Gold standing by. Hey, Megan.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Tracking a few storms on the radar this morning and showers to the southwest, the west, and northern Oklahoma. We're dry here in Oklahoma City, and rain chances are the highest in far northern Oklahoma. Into the afternoon and evening, a few more storms develop, and a few of those storms could produce some wind, some hail, and some heavy rain. We'll talk about the timing for your hometown. It's all coming up.
Oh, yeah. Did you see it? The renderings for the new home of the Oklahoma City Thunder $1 billion arena. The mayor releases the renderings, and we're going to be talking about it. And this.
What struck me about the spirit of this city is that it's what's on the inside. You know, it's more important than what's on the outside.
And we sit down with the mastermind behind it all, architect David Manico. What inspired the plans for the new arena? We'll show you after the break.
All right, morning, moving along. We're having a little fun here in News 9, right?
Like Robin's getting us to the end of the show already.
I need another Diet Coke this morning. I got to figure this out. I need a little cheap charge here, right?
Well, we only have 19 more minutes. Okay. Megan, how are we looking? We've seen the sun come up, and it's already a little muggy out there.
It is. It's just the air is thick. That will be no different today. We had heat index values in the 105 range in many spots. 92 was our high in Oklahoma City yesterday, and it just gets hotter from here. 93 degrees today here in the metro. We'll have spots in the upper 90s. We'll have spots in the 80s behind the boundary that stalls in northern Oklahoma. Look at all the heat advisories and excessive heat warnings off to the east. Eastern Oklahoma has been included in those, and we do not have those for us here at home. But regardless, it will be toasty. Storms went up over the high plains during the overnight hours, and we do have storms on the radar this morning, but do just want to show you nothing has changed in the way of heat. Today and tomorrow will be our last chances for any rain and storms while that ridge of high pressure dominates our weather pattern through the weekend into next week, and then it starts to break down some point towards the end of next week, and we will introduce a few more chances for rain and storms, and our temperatures may come down just a smidge. We have storms across northern Oklahoma this morning. Really the bulk of the rain and storms across southern Kansas. So we're kind of on the far southern edge of that. A few showers and storms in the southwest. We're dry here in Oklahoma City, and then over to the northwest in the Panhandle, we have storms there as well. So from Cherokee up to Kiowa, Medford to Renfro to Bremen and Blackwell, thunderstorm activity, some heavy downpours, nothing severe. We've had a few showers back in the west. Those have essentially rained themselves out, and a few sprinkles left, and then a few showers and a rumble of thunder or two, lightning strike here or there, but that is about it. From Hollis to Mangum, headed up towards Sayre to Hobart. This morning, rain chances are highest in far northern Oklahoma. I've really trended these down as it looks like most of us will say drier than originally thought. Here is the live look from our Lucky Star Skycam network. 73 degrees, partly cloudy skies, a dew point of 72, and that dry air filters in behind the front. But for those of us out ahead of it, it is still so very muggy. Temperatures are running in the mid 70s. The front is in the northwest this morning. Winds are out of the south, out ahead of it, back behind it. We do have some gusty winds in far northern Oklahoma, some outflow from the storms that are up in southern Kansas. So it may have a few gusts to 20 and 30 miles per hour, but no severe wind. Here over the next several hours, all of that is going to move off to the north and to the east, and then we'll track additional showers and storms that build in from the west this afternoon and evening, and those could produce some locally heavy rain, some small hail, and some gusty winds. We will be watching for that, and trackers will be out if needed. A few more storms develop in the Panhandle tonight, and we'll try and make a run towards the main body of the state, but should fall apart just like last night's storms, with a slight chance for a shower or two here in the metro early tomorrow. Dry by the afternoon, dry for the weekend, and dry into next week. The heat dome is overhead here over the weekend. It makes the shift to the east. We'll be on the western side of it here into next week, tracking dry conditions. It really shuts off our rain chances and keeps us hot. And then into the end of next week, it looks like the ridge starts to break down some, and we'll track more rain chances building back into the forecast. We're watching that very closely. Highs today is the boundary stalls to the north, all the humid, hot air out ahead of it. Look back behind it. Some data says low to mid 80s in the north. We'll watch that closely. Sure, but we'll say mid 80s for sure. A 30 to a 40% chance western Oklahoma off into northern Oklahoma, and a 30% chance here in Oklahoma City for those storms that come in later this afternoon and evening. And again, a few of those could produce some wind, some hail, and some heavy rain. Tonight, temperatures fall back into the 70s. Tomorrow morning, it's a slight chance for a few showers and storms, higher chances in the Panhandle, and tomorrow afternoon will be our hottest day since May 14th here in Oklahoma City. We'll have triple digits to the southwest, to the northwest, and the big weekend, essentially a rinse and repeat on both your Saturday and your Sunday. It is dry, but we will have temperatures in the morning in the 70s and the afternoon in the upper 90s. We haven't had a single upper 90-degree day here in Oklahoma City so far this year. Well, guess what? That changes this weekend and into next week as that ridge of high pressure takes over. Guys, back over to you.
Megan, thanks. 6:45 your time right now. Let's get a check of traffic. See how we're doing across the metro this morning. So far, things are moving along in the green, we should say. So no major incidents that are going to cause you some big backups. But typical congestion we see this time of morning as everybody's headed to work or headed out for the day. So we'll keep you posted throughout the morning. Should anything pop up, we'll be sure to bring that to you. But right now, moving along smoothly.
From the mountaintop of our city's first NBA championship, that we can now see new mountains to climb.
Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt says the new $1 billion Thunder Arena will be a global landmark for OKC. He released the renderings yesterday, and look here, it includes a 360-degree glass wall lining the inner concourse, and space outside for Thunder Alley, a huge fan zone. Mayor Holt says the new arena will not only be a home fit for champions, but for us to compete with other cities for concerts.
You immediately realize this is not a small town arena. This is the arena befitting a top 20 city. This is the arena befitting an NBA city. This is the arena befitting a big league city.
And of course, the man behind the designs, David Manica. He sat down with our Carl Torp yesterday to talk about his inspiration for the new arena.
Unity, community, timelessness, completely unique.
A collection of concepts and ideas that laid the foundation for a new centerpiece in the heart of Oklahoma City.
What struck me about the spirit of this city is that it's what's on the inside, it's more important than what's on the outside.
Today, architect David Manica unveiled a plan to transform those concepts into steel, wood, and glass.
I watched that video for the 100th time today, but I watched it in a room with 1,500 people that were seeing it for the first time, and I was moved to tears again.
All with one theme in mind: togetherness.
The club seats flow into the GA seats, and the suites are sort of intentionally blended into the rest of the bowl, and the upper deck is meant to feel like an extension of the lower bowl. So it all feels like one.
Manica says the idea to design the building in a connected circle came first, and the Thunder's new home, Loud City, will be more deafening than ever with fans closer to the action. Also, fans can watch Oklahoma's beautiful sunsets through the all-glass outer wall.
And the interesting thing is the sunset colors are actually part of the Thunder's colors too, so it all begins to kind of come together.
Manica says as the design took shape with the team in mind, he also really wanted to think about what makes Oklahoma special.
The people are the most magical part, I think, of my experience here so far, and I really wanted this building to be about that personality and about that spirit and about that generosity and care.
Something else that inspired the architecture firm was the Oklahoma Standard. Manica says he visited the Oklahoma City National Memorial, even met with the designer. He compares the renaissance of OKC after the bombing to the Japanese art of kintsugi, rebuilding a broken pot with gold.
The gold becomes this sort of web that holds all the broken pieces together, and it's what makes it more beautiful than it would be without that. And so to me, and to us and my team, this art of kintsugi, where the Oklahoma people and the standard is the gold, that sort of rebuilt something that was broken into something that was better, is what I wanted to capture. So I wanted this story to be one of a kind.
Great story there from our Carl Torp. In addition to being cost-effective, Manica says the glass exterior is insulated and laminated, which protects against storms and the heat from outside.
Boy, beauty from ashes. I mean, really, that's kind of the message. But they did have to think about the Oklahoma weather as well. Storms coming through, and the glass will be protected from the Oklahoma winds.
And we're going to watch it all happen here. I mean, I would say normally it's a stone's throw from our station, but with that much glass, I use a different expression.
Literally, where we are at Robinson and Sheridan, we are it almost will be of that fan zone. It's going to be so excited. So if you know where the botanical gardens are, that side of the arena, so that's the west side of the arena, will be that Thunder Alley, the fan zone. I was thrilled about that because we've had Thunder Alley in the street before, and we learned that didn't really quite work out here in Oklahoma City. So now to incorporate that, you kind of also took away some other things from the renderings.
Yeah, well, it was interesting. Speaking of the gardens, it's not really in an area that's just a big parking lot, which he was talking about. It almost feels like it's an arena in a forest.
Yeah.
If it's something that's been here and it's been established, it's really cool the way they've made it flow. So much detail to attention at every little level.
All right, it's going to be interesting. Some growing pains to get through, but it's all going to be worth it for sure. Hey, coming up, it's not much of a surprise after his record-breaking season with the Thunder. SGA wins ESPY's Best Athlete in Men's Sports last night. You'll hear from SGA coming up.
Coming up on the Coca-Cola porch, a local choir is headed overseas to perform at two of England's most revered and historic cathedrals. We're talking to the director and hearing from him singing live at 9 o'clock.
It takes a village, and my village has been nothing short of special since the start of my journey, starting with my wife, my mom, my dad, my brother. Then I want to thank my teammates, best basketball team in the world, and they earned that, they deserve that.
Look at J-Dub there doing the barking. Oh, man, what a moment last night. SGA wins Men's Athlete of the Year at the ESPYs. As always, he accepted his award with grace. Congratulations, and the team there in the background. Look at that smile, SGA. He's like, yep, all right, this was a fun night. And the team in the audience there cheering for him. And what a great night for the Thunder. It just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
It sure does, yeah.
Hey, one thing, this Saturday at 6:30, there's a new film being presented by the Oklahoma City Thunder Films and Prairie Surf Studios. It's called Incomparable and celebrates the unforgettable stories behind the iconic Myriad Convention Center that will be this new billion-dollar Thunder Arena that we've been talking about, showing you the renderings today.
Yeah, right now we're just seeing a lot of insulation and other things from the destruction of the building, which eventually will happen. We've been kind of watching it, but crews will certainly be out working again today, and it's going to be hot.
It will be. It will be hot, dodging a few storms. We do have a few storms across northern Oklahoma this morning, back down to the south and west, and our chances are highest here in the metro into the afternoon and evening. A few of those storms could produce wind and hail.
All right. Hey, make it a great day. Thanks for sharing time with us today.
See you back here at 726.